Hello there everybody, it's Joe here and welcome to today's upload. Reddit stories, let's discuss them. You see them all the time on YouTube Shorts or TikTok where a robot voice is narrating them over gameplay or rug cleaning videos or recipes being cooked, I don't know. But you know what? Today we are going to react to a Reddit story, and today's one we have got...
Thank you for telling my...
Shut up for a second. That went off prematurely there. Today we have got, am I the asshole for telling my sister to leave her husband? Now, I'm blindly going into this, okay? I have not watched or checked these out before. I've just looked at headlines and thought, this could be interesting. Let's dive in. So yeah, let's dive in.
AITA for telling my sister to leave her husband. My sister, 28, is in an emotionally abusive marriage.
Okay, so on initial glance, she's admitted that he is emotionally abusive. Okay, we got to be careful how we handle this one, because it's a difficult subject when you're dealing with cases of abuse.
We went on a week-long family trip, and at the end of that trip, he treated her so badly. There was a theater room in the rental house, and we were all watching a movie. He asked her to get up from her comfortable chair to go and cuddle with him. She declined because her chair was more comfortable than his, and she was in front of her entire family and didn't want to cuddle. The entire next day after the cuddling incident, he stonewalled her. He would hold their 11-month-old son and not let her have him even when the baby called out for his mama.
Oh, fucking hell. So, a man-child throwing a temper tantrum, basically, all because she was comfortable, didn't want to have to get up to go and cuddle. Like, I get, you know, if you really want to cuddle and you get denied that, you know, I understand it can feel a little bit, but you don't then go and throw a temper tantrum about it the next fucking day and act like a prize prick. Especially not in front of her family. Like, mate, he's lucky. Where is her dad in all of this? Where is their dad? Because I'm pretty sure if he was there, he would have knocked out in a split second. No hesitation. No hesitation. Like, no. I'm sorry. No.
After lunch, we decided to walk along a boardwalk, and that's when things took a turn for the worst.
Please tell me she shoved him in the river.
During the car ride, none of the family was in the car with them. He said he didn't know what the fuck was wrong with her, and that he was going to go home when we all got back to the rental.
Fucking let him! You know what, mate? You want to go home? That's cool. Fuck off and let the family enjoy a nice vacation without you.
Then he finished with a fuck you.
Fuck you too.
My family naturally saw how upset my sister was and stepped in. My mom and I took the baby from him and took my sister aside, while my dad and my husband had a talk with him. My dad told him he was acting like a little bitch and to go home if he was going to act like that.
Respect. You know what? I know I made the comment of if the dad was there, surely he'd knock him out. But you know what? I love the way he's approached this. He's not used violence. He simply just confronted him, been firm but fair, and said, if you're going to act like a bitch, go. Just go. You know what? That is superbly well handled.
My husband said, let's go get the car seat out of your car, and you can leave. He then opened up to my husband and said, when she refused to cuddle with me, it made me feel like she was disgusted by me.
She was just comfortable in her chair, bro. It's not that deep.
He decided not to go home after all, and instead have an adult conversation with my sister where he told her it was her fault that he acted that way.
Zero accountability. Just zero.
He continued to stonewall her for the rest of the trip and the next 2 days after they got back home. Before we left the rental, I told my sister she should leave him because we are all afraid that he'll turn physically abusive toward her and maybe their son too.
Agreed. Sorry. Agreed. A person that can treat you like that, can treat others like that, and who knows if that's the reaction to the scenario at hand. Who knows how far this goes? It's terrifying to even contemplate that.
He's highly unstable and has guns because he's a cop.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Of course. Of course. I figured he would have some kind of position of authority, considering that within his household, he considers himself the person of authority. Of course he's a fucking cop. So clearly he's got some form of superiority complex where he feels like, well, yeah, that's just it. He's got some kind of superiority complex. And I'm not saying that because he's a police officer. I'm saying it because of everything that I've seen so far. It definitely seems that he is very much the type of person of, I've said this, so this is what must happen. I am right, you're wrong, nothing you can do about it, end of discussion. I don't think him being a cop is the reason for his personality. I think he chose to be a cop because of that personality.
Also, he's in mandatory therapy from his work because they too think he's unstable.
Well, then why are they letting him continue being a cop and carrying a fucking gun around? If the man is unstable, take his gun away! I'm just saying! You wouldn't see that. This has got to be American, because there's no way in the UK anyone that is considered unstable would be allowed to carry a deadly weapon. This is how school shootings happen, I'm just saying.
She has decided to stay with him, but she is looking for a therapist for herself. She asked him to go to couples counseling, but he refused. He got a job in a different state and is now going to be moving them a few states away from everyone.
Yeah, classic abuse tactic that. Classic tactic. Isolate the victim away from their family and away from anyone that can reason with them about what's happening, so that they become all the victim has, so they fully depend on them. Yeah, got it. You know what? I think I've heard enough. I think I've heard enough to make an informed decision on this one. Are you the asshole for telling your sister to leave her husband? Joe says no. Tell her to run for the fucking hills. Mate, that was a nasty one. Alright, let's have a look at one more. Okay? This one is headlined, Am I the asshole for telling my dad that I don't want him to marry his girlfriend? Let's dive in.
AITA for telling my dad I don't want him to marry his girlfriend? My parents, both 46, got divorced 6 years ago. My mom remarried 3 years ago, and my dad has had a few girlfriends. His current girlfriend is the only one he has ever brought around. My mom has met her and likes her.
Okay, so it's clear that they split for whatever reason. They just weren't getting on, whatever, it doesn't matter. But they clearly have managed to stay on good terms, which I think is really wholesome. Like, it doesn't need to go down in flames. There are kids involved. They've obviously kept things on a good level. I like that. I respect that.
And my sister idolizes her. She's nice, and I don't dislike her.
So if you don't dislike her, then where's the problem?
The actual problem, she's 27, exactly 10 years older than me.
From the one side, I kind of get where she's coming from. Like, don't come at me. Don't start caps locking me in the comments, okay? I know it's legal. I know they're two consenting adults. That's fine. There's no issue with it. And I personally don't think there is any issue with it. They're not hurting anyone. She's well into adulthood, so it's not like she's like 21 or 20 or 9, an age where you'd look at that and think, oh, I don't know, that's highly sus, check his hard drive. No, she's 27, so fully an adult and fully capable, I think, of making decisions for herself. The only thing that in my head I'm thinking, I kind of get where she's coming from, is the life experiences side of things. Because obviously, he's 46, been married before, been there, done it all, got the t-shirt. She's 27, so they won't. I guess you could say that it would, from the daughter's point of view, it would be hard to connect with someone who, in her eyes, would have that much less life experience and just have lived less overall. And you'd think that there would be a difficulty in connecting. And plus, she's closer to the daughter's age than she is the dad. So I can understand her feelings from that perspective. But on the other hand, again, two consenting adults, perfectly legal. I don't think really there's anything wrong with it. I genuinely thought that was the FBI there. It's not. It's a package for me. But yeah, they're two consenting adults. She's well into adulthood. Bit of a gap, but I don't see the problem.
To me, it's so weird. I don't understand why my dad wants to date someone so much younger than him. When he asked my sister and I if we were okay with him asking her to marry him, my sister was excited. I wasn't.
But I can't fully side with the daughter on this one. I genuinely can't. Like, I understand where she's coming from and her perspective. And it's probably not just about life experiences and all of that. It's the fact that, you know, she is only 10 years older than the daughter herself. But at the same time, let him be happy. He's your dad, you know. Surely as your dad, you would want him to be happy.
I told him I wasn't comfortable with the age gap and thought she was just a sugar baby.
Well, you're making yourself sound like a bit of a dick. I'm sorry.
Dad explained she has her own career, but said okay.
Well, there you have it. She has her own career. She makes her own money. So it's not likely that she's going to leech off of his. Like, really? That's the direction you went with it? Oh, she's just after your money. There were many other directions I thought she'd go. No.
Since that conversation, my dad has been really sad, and the atmosphere in his house has changed.
I kind of feel for the dad in that moment, because all he'd want is everyone to be happy for him, you know. Everybody likes his new partner, apart from this one daughter who is making a problem out of a non-problem, really. You know, even the ex-wife is okay with her, which that would speak volumes right there, that, you know, the mum is okay with this and actually likes her. So, why are you the one with the problem?
His girlfriend hasn't been by as frequently either. I feel kind of bad because I want my dad to be happy. Edit. This blew up bigger than I expected it to and found its way to my dad. Now he wants to have a talk this weekend. Update. So my original post blew up and managed to find its way to both my dad and his girlfriend. Her name is Jenny.
There ain't no motive for this crime. Jenny was a friend of mine. Come on. Sorry.
Jenny thought it was really funny while my dad was mortified.
She thought it was funny. Oh my gosh. Bless her for handling it so well. Oh, I like this woman.
Some of the comments were really mean towards my dad, which made me a little sad.
Yeah, that's the problem. As soon as the internet catches wind of this, they've instantly sharpened their pitchforks and gone, knobs, pedo! Which is weird because they're both fucking adults. She's 27 for Christ's sake.
My dad sat me down and explained he wasn't upset over me or what I said. He was upset that he didn't know I was uncomfortable sooner. He told me that him and Jenny met at a conference and that they both thought the other was lying about their age. Jenny thought Dad was younger, and Dad thought Jenny was older apparently because of how high up in her career she is. It was nice to hear that Dad wasn't intentionally going for women in their 20s.
See, what have we learned here, kids? This whole thing could have been resolved just by having a conversation. So, I have to answer the original question at hand, unfortunately. Am I the asshole for telling my dad I don't want him to marry his girlfriend? Joe says, yeah, you kind of are. I'm sorry, but yeah. But I'm glad that, they were able to sit down, have a conversation, and everything got resolved with nobody really getting hurt. I mean, the post blew up, and I'm sure there are a lot of choice comments towards the dad, but no harm, no foul, it's one of those. One of those. Right, well, I think we'll leave that there. Do you want to see me react to more Reddit stories? If you have any that you want to see me react to, then please drop them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and please leave a like, hit subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more content from me. Comment what you thought of the video, and until the next time, I have been Joe, TTFN, ta-ta for now, take care, and enjoy the rest of your day.